to just start off with our WCS Challenger EU for Valencia, the final hours, as it is appropriately called, because it is the final hours, obviously. I have Arnovich, who is an old teammate of mine and also close friend.
Hey.
He's he's here to talk about it with us, and he's playing for EC Visualize right now, if you guys didn't know. And we have Vitamin, who has been a very helpful assistant all this time. So again, thanks to him. But he's currently, I think, in a game where he's still busy. So he'll be talking in a second. That's why he's silent.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll just get started because we've done this a couple times now, and basically what happens is it's 2 hours until the ladder closes, right? So what happens is at the start it's a little bit slow, and then as the hours progress it starts getting closer and closer to that deadline, and people start laddering more, and people start paying attention to the ladder more as well. So that's what's going to happen now, obviously. But the E ladder is a little bit different than the NA ladder, where there's so much competition on the EU ladder, and especially this challenger. As we look at the ranking right now, we have how many? We have like 5 people, pretty much fighting for rank 7 and 8, right? Maybe even 6.
Six. I think 6 is a bit of a long shot.
Yeah,
You have
six might be a long shot. That's true,
yeah,
but yeah. It's very volatile right now, so anything can happen. That
yep,
means the players will also play each other a lot, which affects the MMR twice as much, right? Because one person
yep.
wins is another man's loss. So it's the other way around. Sorry. So that is what makes it a lot more exciting. But we'll have to
Yep.
see. We will get more people on as the show goes on. Hopefully, there are still some people busy and doing stuff, so that's why we're just starting off with the 3 of us right now. We had 5 people last time. It's so many people, but you know we might get there today. That's why I added the fifth cam.
You never know, man.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna happen. So, yeah, we're gonna have StarCraft open in the background. Obviously, I want to actually give a shout out right now to Nicholas. Let's see his full name. I can't find his full name right now. But Nicholas, he's the owner or the creator of the SC2 stock website, the one that we're using right now and broadcasting on stream, and we have been for the past 3 times. It's a great website, obviously, to keep track of these games. So I recommend everyone to go ahead and do that. You could also watch the stream, obviously, and lighten the load on this website, you know. But so it's really good because it updates every time a match is played, and pretty much what it does. Free Dragon explained it last time, but it runs whenever a player finishes a match. It looks for another player that has also finished a match, like within a second of that. And in GM, there's not that many people there, right? So it's usually the people that just played each other. So there's a very high percentage that it's correct, and then we can also get from that the MMR loss, the point loss, etc., etc. So it's a very good system, and especially for this to keep track of all the players, because it's very hard to like do that by just checking match histories in game, right? It's just not doable.
Yeah, that would be like impossible if you have to refresh GM League every time. Yeah, really hard to keep track of.
Exactly. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing right now. As we have started a couple minutes ago, the first match has come in, and it's Lambo versus Drogo, where Lambo took a nice 24 points off of Drogo, which puts Drogo further down. He's now ranked 10. He already was, but he's now ranked 10. But pretty much that means he has to win a lot of games in a row to get back and stay competitive, right? And then it also puts Namshar in that
in a better position.
Yeah, and in a more fortified 8th position. Obviously, 8th position is never fortified, but
it's bringing him closer. Yeah, I think the 6 players who are still in the race, so to say, are like the ranks 5 through 10 from Harsam to Petit Drogo. I think it might be a bit hard for Petit Drogo, but like you said, if he beats someone that is like a couple of spots above him, then
yeah.
Like if he has 2 of those wins, he can easily climb back into the top 8. So
exactly. So that's what makes this exciting, right? That's what makes this show even a thing in the first place. because those last spots are so easily taken from each other. A little bit of momentum allows people to play a little bit, just win a couple games in a row, get that 50, 60 or more they need, and bam, they'll be on top, right? Like, that's just how it
Yeah.
works. And there's so many people so close right now. There's 5 people. Is it 5? Let's see. There's 5 people in the 6,700 MMR range, which in theory pretty much all could still be part of that top 8. So I mean, it's super super volatile. So yeah. Just to read the chat a bit. Yeah, Uthermal obviously is very aware of the ranking and very hyper aware. How should I say, maybe? And he'll be checking it every minute. And as soon as he drops, which he has right now, he's rank 9. That's when he starts playing. Pretty much. That's how generally how all the players' strategy is, because there's no
Yeah.
point to play if you are safe, right? Because you're gambling with your points if you play.
Yeah, it's a bigger risk than the reward will be. Yeah. So like the risk reward equation is like very imbalanced, so to
Yeah,
say.
yeah, it's definitely not in their favor,
Oh,
in the slightest. So yeah, that's pretty much the strategy. So yeah, you can be assured that that Uthermal is definitely looking out and looking to get that top 8. He didn't
yeah.
last time, but this time for sure. I don't think he even attempted it to last time, but
No, he was. I think he was still on vacation, right? Or
yeah,
still ill.
he was either sick or on vacation. So, but yeah, we do have a surprise appearance from Stefano in the top 6, which is
Yeah.
interesting. We should talk about that maybe, because he's, well, I don't want to say safe, but he's in a decent
He's
position right
yeah,
now,
he's in a pretty good spot there.
and that's because he had a really really good streak today,
Yeah.
and it's interesting to see. Obviously,
Yeah, that's
if we look at the ranking, you'll see the games tab. It says 0 for most players, but that's because technically a new round, a new day for this WCS Challenger started. How long ago? An hour and 13 minutes ago.
yeah.
So that's not actually representative, because the last day is 3 hours longer to compensate. That's how
Yeah.
that works.
Yeah, it's because the BattleNet ranking promotion windows are from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. So
Yeah.
at 9 p.m. the people at the bottom of the GM get kicked out, and at 10 p.m. Everyone that's high enough in the contender league get bumped up to GM. So that's why the 9 o'clock time was chosen, I think.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, it makes sense in that regard. So that's why we're going until 12, and at 12 the ladder locks. I keep repeating this every time, but I mean it's a lot. See, that's the thing. Like, this stuff is not promoted nearly enough. So
It is not
yeah,
completely not permitted,
pretty
yeah.
much not, right? So what happens is we need streams like this. We need players. We need everyone to like get it explained to them, and also explain it. So we
And
have.
to go back to the Savannah run we talked about before, it's actually pretty cool to talk about who he beat, because he last game he played he beat Snute, which he got 18 MMR for, and
Oh,
before that he beat Sort of, he also got 18 MMR for that, and before that he beat like Cyril, which was like 7.2k MMR, so he got
I know.
38 MMR for that. And
That goes
before that,
fast,
yeah, that goes fast, and even before that he beat Showtime, which was 129 MMR. So he
man.
had like a sick run this day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what thrusted him into that top 6, because he would
yeah,
not
definitely.
have it. I don't think he would have been competitive had he not had that streak. So very very good on him. But we have a Drogo Thermi matchup, and it's kind of weird. I'm not sure whether to trust this, because it says within the span of 1 minute that they played 2 games, but I don't think that's how it works. But either way, Drogo played Euthermal, and Euthermal lost 23 MMR. So that's painful for him, and also because Drogo is a spot below him, so that puts
Yeah,
Drogo a lot closer to him now, right? So they're probably both. See, this is interesting, because now they're both queue. They're both supposed to queue, right? Because they both
yeah,
need
yeah,
to
yeah.
play, but they don't want to play against each other, or they do. It depends on you who you ask, but it
I
also
don't think
becomes a guessing game.
Thermal is still not in game, so he's still looking at the score screen, and Petit Drogo is also shown as available, so I don't think they immediately do. Which I think was what Thermal did as well when he was streaming his game. He was taking like a couple minute break in between every game, because he has to take the game so seriously. It's pretty exhausting for him to play like constantly keep queuing. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I think everyone's at least taking like a couple minutes break in between games.
As we discussed a couple times, I think maybe last stream, uh, Vitamins player Namshar said it very well. Well, every game should feel like a tournament game, and is a tournament game in a sense, right?
Yeah,
Because you pretty
it's the
much.
best of one WCS finals.
Yeah, exactly. And everything is on the line every time. So you got to get in that mindset. And if you get in that mindset, it becomes very exhausting, obviously. Um, so yeah, it makes complete sense to take a break every couple of every game or every couple of games.
Yeah, and
Um,
just to point out that, of course, the table of the recent game shows two rows because it shows them from each perspective of the top eight players, so to say.
yeah.
So that's why yeah, just to clear that up. Someone in chat asked that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. By the way, guys, if you have any questions, please do ask them in chat. We read the chat constantly. Because, I mean, we're not really casting any games, right? That's kind of the interesting thing about this format. And might also seem boring at first glance, but we're not casting any games. We're pretty much just casting a scoreboard right now.
Yeah,
It's pretty much how it works. But, yeah, unfortunately, Blizzard does not have, like, live stream watching in Incline or something, so we can't do that. But, we're gonna have to do it this way.
yep.
So we can reach out in the meantime. There's no problem. So if you have any questions, throw them
And it
in there.
looks like Drogo has found a game, but Euthermal is still queuing, so they managed to dodge each other. So
Ooh.
pretty curious to see what will happen next.
Yeah.
Hey boys, sorry I'm late. I'm here now.
Hey,
No
what's up?
problem. Welcome. What's up, Vitamin?
Not much, not much. It's pretty hot in here. I hope you don't hear my fan in the background.
No.
You shouldn't, right?
No,
Okay.
we're good.
That,
We're good.
that is perfect.
For your pain, man. It was 35 degrees here yesterday.
Yep.
Insane. It's
Insane.
just, oh, that's so painfully hot. So yeah. By the way, as you guys can see, we have two spots. So if you think you have something to add to the show, please don't hesitate to message me on Twitch or Twitter. I have my DMs open. No problem. Just message us. We can get you in, because I mean, the more the merrier, right? Last time we had a full group of people. At this time, it's hard to get certain players in or certain people in, because a lot of people, they're actually playing. So and even if they're safe, you don't want to. They don't want to join, which is completely fine, because they might seem safe, but it's
and when they're out there depressed.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, we'll just be waiting for more Drogo and Euthermal games now. I guess that's the most interesting, because Namshar is obviously not playing anymore.
Namshar just finished the game 2 minutes ago against Marine Lord.
Oh, what?
Marine Lord's stepping in.
Is he?
Ooh.
Oh, he is. Yeah, but he lost to Namshar.
Okay. So that fortifies Namshar's position a little bit.
Yeah, and Marine Lord probably doesn't have very high MMR. Let me check his MMR. Oh, he's like 6.4. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
So you probably got like a good 17 points out of that.
Yeah,
that's not
probably.
too shabby.
That is not too shabby indeed. Is SC2 stock down for anyone else?
Yeah, I was having trouble refreshing it as well. So
many people. Many
the
people.
funny
Guys,
the funny thing is if you hover over the SC2 stock in Chrome, it says because Pornhub is down, and now this site is down as well.
Yeah, feels bad.
I think the creator, it's Nane42 is actually in chat, so hopefully he can tell us what's up. If it's actually down or not, because that would be pretty tough.
But Muppet70, EU seems to be kind of Zerg favorite at the top level. That might just be because Zerg players in Europe are so good right now, though. Like that switches
so
constantly.
Super talented.
And we also have a kind of a hard map pool right now for Protoss and Terran, so that doesn't help in their favor either. And especially as the map pool is introduced, people need to adjust to it, and Zerg just seems to do very, very well on it right now. So it's like, right now it's pretty Zerg heavy at the top.
Thermal just found a game. Does anyone know who's playing?
Has he just found a game? I think he played a game like a couple of minutes ago, right?
I just found one.
Oh, he only just found one. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Right. So that means that Euthermal. Well, okay. So Euthermal has to play, right? So we have. Ooh, wait. What's this? I have an update now. So
Yeah.
Namsha did win and took 12 MMR off of Marine Lord, was it?
Yeah.
And then we have Sword-Off taking 15 MMR off of Strange.
And
He's a
Strange
long ways
versus
away.
Euthermal is happening on Strange's channel right now.
Oh, he's
Ooh,
streaming it
okay.
actually.
Right.
So let me. What the fuck is Strange's
Strange-
Twitch?
Strange GG, I think, or GG Strange something.
Is he on Team Liquid?
It should
No,
be.
no, he's
Possibly.
not.
Strange GG. I'll just
Strange.
copy and paste it in the Twitch chat. That's
But both Strange and I think Strange is not even attempting to right now, right? I think Strange hasn't even met the required.
He's
Mm,
in there,
Is he in the ranking?
right? Oh no, never mind.
No,
never
no,
mind.
no,
No. I was looking at sort of actually.
Yeah. So we have Strange, who's not in the ranking, and Sword-Off, who's 13th. So
Oh.
it's fairly safe to say Sword-Off can make it, but you never know. You never do. He seems to be trying for sure. He has he has 4 games played since 9 p.m., which is 4 games in 1.5 hours. That's that's a good amount of games.
okay.
So
I'm gonna keep an eye on Strange's
Yeah, me as well.
Twitch channel.
They're playing on the sequencer, by the way. So
Sequencer.
Strange versus Euthermal.
Secrets are good for Protoss or good for Terran right now?
Pretty bad.
I think it's a little bit weird for Protoss because you're kind of forced to taking the weird third base that is very open unless you want to play on 5 gas, and like being a Protoss on 5 gas
Yeah.
is
It's doable if you play.
might as well hang yourself.
So in general, I
Put
think
it.
it's pretty good for Protoss because it's
Okay.
you have a lot of opportunities to counterattack with shades and warp prisms. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Lambo just took 17 MMR off of Denver, them being about 200 MMR apart. So that puts Lambo at about 6,700 MMR, right under Snoot. So yeah, still not in that that group of players that we're really zooming in on. I think Snoot's kind of the cutoff for that, but he's getting close. Like obviously he's still playing too. He's played 7 games since the 9 p.m. reset, so
Yeah.
he is trying hard. He might not be taking your thermal breaks.
Well, Bly played like up to 60 games yesterday, I think.
I think in total, Bly played the most game of everyone, right?
Yeah.
Or no, his second most.
Well, who played the most though?
Snooter. I think he played like
Oh,
150
so much.
games.
Yeah, Snoot played
Yeah,
so
it's
much.
insane.
And he's still not in.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
Maybe that's a correlation between playing more and not being in.
I don't know.
Well,
I guess so. Cyril only
yeah.
played 45 games.
It's worth noticing that
Yeah.
Cyril played like the bare minimum of games. Like 45 is just like you need to play 15 games for 3 days in a row. That's
Well,
exactly what he did.
why would you risk it?
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
like
completely.
why would you risk it? You're 200 MMR above the second ranked player. No matter who you lose to, you're losing like at least 40 points or something.
Yeah,
Why would you play anything above the 15 games?
exactly. No, you're completely right. He shouldn't. But yeah, Cyril definitely so far has been the king of this. And also, by the way, Jönköping qualifier for that 2 weeks ago, he was also the king of that. So he's been dominating these latter qualifiers.
he's been pretty constantly number 1 GM at like 7.1, 7.2k. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
No one is getting close to him.
No one even touches him, yeah. And Bly got close last time, but
Everyone else that tries to get into the 7K club, it's like trying really hard. Nurture being close, Showtime being close.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Cyril is heading for 8K.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, yeah, it's fairly safe to say that the top 4 to 5, maybe even Stefano in place 6 is safe, right? That's because these players play against each other, so they don't necessarily. There's not a lot of extra MMR being added into the matchmaking, if that makes sense, right?
Well, the cutoff point for the top 8 is gradually increasing, right?
Yeah.
Because before it was like 6,750, and now it's already up to 6.8k.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
It's
That's true. So,
it's continually getting harder and harder. So.
And
exactly.
I don't think like anyone apart from the top four maybe are safe because
Um,
like they might be playing against each other, but we could have the phenomenon that we had in the last NA
With NA,
qualifier
yeah.
that suddenly like creator and major step in to play on EU like just for the
That would be
lulz.
painful.
yeah.
That would like I think it might be a dick move, but this spices it up, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Maybe some of the NA players like I don't know how highly ranked they are on EU and if they even will get the top players, but
Well, I saw.
after the NA qualifier, they were all not very happy about it, and I wouldn't be surprised if some of them decided
Yeah,
to
they were
step.
making a conspiracy in our chat. I remember that. But
Yeah,
yeah. So pretty much, I saw Bill's level an account on EU last night, and I asked him, is it to snipe them Europeans? And I don't think he
Yeah.
replied. I'm not sure if he did. But
well, what other reason would there be?
right, yeah. Why not right now? A question from
I don't know.
Nene.
Maybe they're waiting for the last hour.
Could be. Question from Nene in 42 in the chat. We just see a game from Solo and Petit Drogo, where Petit Drogo took a whole 5 MMR.
Solo is from Norway.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Solo's from Norway, so
He
plays in
is
Europe.
he is en route, which is an American team, but
Yeah, but
he's from
yeah.
Norway.
Was he even was he ever in the root house? I'm not sure.
Oh yes, he was.
Okay. So he played on the night for the duration of that, but probably not right now.
Yep.
I imagine.
I don't think he's been too active for the
Yeah.
last. I think the last time I've seen him was at DreamHack Valencia last year, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. So I mean, he's probably going to school as well, right? So that would make sense.
Probably, yeah.
We have some interesting funny in the chat. Two Protoss in the top 8. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it shouldn't be possible, man. Someone get them out of there.
Yeah, so
Well,
I think the top NA players could probably get pretty close to the MMR of the Europeans, but maybe not overtake it though. Which actually makes it better, well, worse for the Europeans if they lose, because they lose more MMR if they were to snipe Europeans.
So there was a question in chat: what NA players are top 50 EU? Obviously, there's a bunch of barcodes in there, which
You can actually look at the SC2 mouse,
Yeah.
which shows
yeah, but
knee.
that is not too accurate anymore, right? Because
it?
people have been starting. Well,
Masa.
it probably is for Neeb and
Niba Masa, right?
and even Masa, but some people have started swapping around barcodes,
Sure.
so it's not too accurate. It's not as accurate as it used to be.
Yeah, so far I see Neat Masa, Jon Snow, Semper.
But like you
that's about
don't you don't need to be 6.4K to potentially
sure.
snipe someone up there.
Yeah, true.
And if you manage to snipe someone and win, you get a shit ton of points and you
crush
ruin
their
that
dream,
best day.
Yeah, Major
We
plays
see
on
what-
YouTube. I'm sure he has.
Yeah,
yeah. And he's
But Major is in Korea, so
yeah. Well, maybe yeah. So he might not play it right now.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Ping from Korea to Europe is pretty much unplayable. It's like 300 ping at least, right? So it's gonna be very hard for them to to play at their normal level. But yeah, so we're waiting on a new match, which has been
okay. So Namshar just
ooh.
joined the game, but he is playing 2v2 with his girlfriend.
Wow. Yeah, he's staying away from that 1v1
Priorities,
ladder.
man. Yeah.
We have okay. So we haven't really looked at the top 8 in a while. So let's look that up actually. Let me grab my stream there. So we have we have Hero Marine and Namshar at 7 and 8. Namshar was 8th, right? A while ago.
Yep.
So
He overtook Hero Marine.
Yeah, he overtook Hero Marine. He's in a
he overtook Hero Marine by beating Marine Lord.
yeah. So
Marine Lord
thank-
kind of killing the Terran brother
Thanks,
there.
mate. Thanks, mate. Yeah. So yeah, that means Namshar is now in 7th place. But on this ladder today, that's not even close to being safe. We were talking like last week. We were doing this for NA guys, and there was basically they were fighting over that last spot. Um, and that last spot was like obviously completely. Friedrich described it very well, as in the ninth player was the hot potato, right? So and but only the ninth player. But right now there are so many players that could possibly contend the seventh and eighth spot within one game, right? They're so close to each other. So it's very interesting to see because it's way more volatile than last. We have Chom
And
playing.
Drogo,
We
yeah,
have Chom
Drogo
playing
actually
on
just
you.
beat him.
Ooh, that's good for Drogo
Yeah.
because now he's in ninth place, right in front of Thermi. That's Euthermal has got to be getting a little bit sweaty there.
Yeah, and then the game against Strange is not looking that well, to be honest.
Oh yeah,
It's
no,
an
and
11-minute
yeah,
game, but
he just lost his
the
third
Yeah,
base. I don't see him winning this.
no,
Ay ay ay.
That's painful,
that's
man.
gonna be a bunch of MMR.
Yeah, but what MMR is Strange? Does anyone know?
I think.
We're gonna find out momentarily.
Yeah. It's not looking like he's gonna win this game.
No, this
Thermal,
seems super unwinnable for you, Thermal.
Painful.
Very.
So, that would obviously would keep you Thermal in the 10th spot.
Okay, so the game is over, and let me check for the MMR of Strange.
Minus 35 for you, Thermal.
Painful. But okay, he stays in 10th spot for now though. So that's but in the end, he has how many points to take back now? That's like 40 points. It's a lot.
And more like
that is definitely one painful loss right there.
Yeah, I think he has to win way more now.
Okay, Mana just joined the game. Is Mana still? He's rank 16. He's very far off, but he's playing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mana is a dream.
So, I mean, that changes the entire dynamic, right?
Yeah, it puts Euthermal really far away from the rank 8 spot. So, I guess it's a bit safer for the people that are in 7th and 6th place, like Stefano and Emshar. They don't have to worry as much.
Mm-hmm.
Both Petit Drogo and Euthermal are pretty far away from getting in there.
Sadly, I don't have Drogo nor Humarine added.
Now you can look for their clan, and then you can see whether they are in game or not. So that's how I look at them.
Oh yeah, that is smart.
Drogo is in game right now.
So I was looking at a couple of matches that have been played earlier, and we currently see Stefano ranked 6, right? And Stefano actually one of the very, very few players taking a game off of Cyril. So he's currently in rank 6 because he got 45 points or something from Cyril.
Yeah. Yeah, we went over his history a bit ago, but yeah, it's pretty insane. During the whole ladder challenger, he went 38-7, which is just ridiculous.
Oh yeah, that is.
Yeah. Yep. So okay. So right now, do you guys think? Because a question in the chat. Do you guys think Snoot's playing? Because he hasn't posted a game for a while, but he has played 5 games since 9 p.m. and he is still pretty close to making that top 8.
Yeah.
He hasn't played for 44 minutes, so he might be on a break. I don't know.
Well, he might be on a break, but if I were in his shoes, he's possibly like mentally affected from playing so many games and like not gaining MMR consistently. But like knowing the competitiveness of Snoot, he's 90 MMR behind, so that is absolutely doable in 1.5 hours if you go on a sick winning streak. And well, if I were him, I would play. Like, what is there to lose?
Yeah, I don't know. There's not a lot to lose.
There's nothing to lose.
Yeah, there's pretty much nothing. Well, your sanity.
Yeah,
well, you're playing StarCraft. You're like your sanity. That train's gone. Like far out.
So okay, let's see. Lambo 11 points from Minatu, and Mana 5 points from Glukskeks.
Nice.
But these, this is 5 MMR, 11 MMR. It's like we can't really. This is this doesn't really do a lot of stuff. But yeah, someone in chat. Do you guys know that Strange is playing Thermal again on stream?
Yeah, I read it, but I'm not sure. Can confirm it.
I'm gonna keep an eye, but while he's proxying, so we're gonna find out shortly. Do players go for more all-in builds at this time for faster wins? We've seen that in the past, but not right now. There's still over an hour left, and in the last EU qualifier we had the 8th spot coming down to the last game, like 10 minutes before cutoff. There was a game between TLO and Hearthstone, and it came down to that match. So if you get very, very close to the end of the qualifier, there will definitely be more cheese. But right now, it's you can get quick and easy wins with cheese, but it's also like if you the risk of losing MMR to like a weaker player that just happens to be good at defending cheese, or like I don't know, got your number or something, is too high as of now. You can still get plenty of points from just playing standard, playing solid. And Strange is indeed playing Euthermal on stream, and he's proxy stargating with a Pylon Rush. So
it looks like Euthermal has a pretty good build against it because he already shut down the first Pylon, killed the probe, and he didn't.
Well, it looks like that, but the first attempt.
Ooh,
no. Okay, that was clutch defense.
Definitely.
Freddy 10 in the chat says Rip TLO lost.
Yep.
He played his heart out, man. He played a lot of games, and I think he just got really unlucky and got some unfortunate games today. And I don't think he's playing anymore.
Okay. You say Rip TLO. So what I just want to point out once again, I've said that in every EU qualifier so far, the level of competition in the European server is insane. If you look at the top 16, none of the players that are ranked 9 to 16 or even 9 to 18, none of these players you would be surprised of seeing in the top 8.
Yeah.
And that is absolutely insane level of competition. It comes down to a lot of this is daily form, and it comes down to luck, who you meet on ladder, and that is.
That's people don't think about that, but if you just meet an unfortunate amount of people, but also the players that you were bet against maybe, or that on the maps that you suck, there's a lot of different little things that can really affect the way games are played, and then also the MMR, right? And also if there's like maybe 10 people at your MMR lettering, or at like let's say 6.7k lettering, right? And there's probably right now, and you just keep getting the opponents that you don't want to hit. Like you keep hitting them. That just it can snowball really easily because you get more tilted, stuff like that.
Or it goes the other way around. Or you face Showtime, you win, maybe a lucky game, and then you face Cyril and you win a ZEV, and suddenly you're Stefano at the 6th spot. Yeah, it's pretty volatile, and also, I guess it must be very stressful for the players, but also really fun, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Pretty much that's the feedback that we get from pretty much all the players. I think. Well, we're not throwing our own answers, but the feedback that they give. And we asked Game Time last time as well, and Game Time said, hey, I love it. It's really anxiety inducing, but I love it.
Yeah.
Snoot just won against a non-identified player again. I'm assuming that's Marine Lord again.
What was the MMR? Or does it not show?
Doesn't say.
Euthermal is about to beat Strange, so it's getting some MMR back.
But not as much as he lost.
No, obviously not. He's using the new Viking skin, which is cool.
That's the most useful information we've had all day, dude.
Come on, we've all seen it. Skins
is
win
true.
games.
Dude, I'll tell you something. I bought the Broodlord skin, but I've not used it a single time.
Wow.
I just
Is it because you don't make any broodlords, or just you don't like to use it?
I don't I don't like to make Broodlord, so I don't know why. I love the skin. I love the skin. I just don't make the unit.
Have you seen the new carry skin, by the way? It looks really awesome. Like the interceptors have this cool effect.
Yeah,
Maybe a
yeah.
bit
Oh,
obnoxious, but
I've not seen that. I've bought it, but I've not seen it. I bought all the skins so far, and the majority of the announcer packs too.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a hardcore StarCraft player anyway, you want to, support StarCraft anyway, right? And if you like the
Yep.
skins and if you have the funds, why not? There's no problem. They're not overpriced in any way, really. 9942 asks, was this Majestic? Could be. It was a ZVP apparently, so could be.
Snoot is not streaming right now. No,
No,
he's not.
no.
Yeah, Majestic's pretty known for not being the nicest guy lately.
yeah, sniping people
Sniping
with a
people.
lower rank than Warren kind. Yeah.
DMing, stream cheating. Yeah, I don't know what's up with them lately.
Yeah, Saki Midget Booty 6969 or 6969. Yeah, I've actually ran into that problem too. You have to add funds. If you don't have a credit card, you have to add funds to your Battle.net account, and that can take a minute to a couple hours usually.
Really?
Yeah, if you don't have a credit card, you have to do it. If you do it through Ideal or like PayPal with a bank account or whatever.
I do it with PayPal, and I have no problem whatsoever.
Do you have a credit card added to PayPal though?
No.
Really? I don't know. I live in Holland and I looked.
I have a bank account added to it, obviously.
Yeah,
but
me
not
too.
card.
Me too. But yeah. Some sites sometimes they link you to they link you through PayPal, but you still need to fill in credit card details for some reason. It's really weird. But I had no problems adding funds. So yeah, you should just do that if you want. There is no bracket, guys. This is. I'm sorry. There's no bracket. I would love for there to be a bracket, but there's no bracket. Not yet. They're playing for a bracket.
It's the only bracket. Yeah.
Drogo beat Sham, so how many points was that last time?
Ooh, if Drogo, okay, so 17 MMR. So right now he is 15 points,
Minus
14 points away from Hero Marine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one game. That's pretty much one game.
And Schloppy just joined another game.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's playing though.
It isn't.
It isn't strange.
I'm sure playing more 2v2, loving life.
Nice.
How was the seeding this tournament? Nice meme, dude. Nice meme.
That's me. Oh, I actually didn't pay attention to the name and was about to make a witty comment, and then I just saw that it. Shout out to Mark for getting me triggered there.
Nice bait, Mark.
Nice bait, dude.
Good job.
Bonus points for you, Mark. So yeah, we're just waiting. Right now, the players that are playing are Snoot, Thermi, and Drogo. For the ladder challenger anyway. I'm not sure. I would assume Lambo is playing, even though it's possible. And
I don't know about Hero Marine. Hero Marine is like on the fucking edge.
Yeah,
Is so close.
Yep. I don't know. Yeah, he's probably gonna wait until he gets passed by to Drogo, if that happens, and then play though. That's the general strategy. But he could also be like, you know what? I'm just gonna play. He could do that. Some players like the security to do so. And you know
Didn't Hero Marine say that he was streaming all of the ladder qualifier? He's been streaming the last couple of days.
He streams on Facebook a lot too, so it's kind of hard to keep track of it, right?
Yeah.
No, I think when he streams on Facebook, he streams both on Twitch and Facebook. So
Okay.
you would
right.
see him on here as well.
Okay, right, that makes sense.
I keep getting notifications from Facebook that he's streaming, and it's fucking annoying.
He doesn't get that many viewers on Facebook. He gets so many more on Twitch, obviously.
Well,
But
I think it's still like 200 something, right? So it's decent. I guess.
yeah, for Facebook, that's decent for sure.
Yeah.
I guess that may for Facebook.
For Facebook.
So yeah.
Looks like the Maga is also streaming, but I'm not sure.
Oh,
where
the
that's
Maga is
relevant.
the Maga is probably. Oh, actually, yes, it's 6.2k MMR, so
Yeah.
could run into someone and ruin someone's day.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on that as well.
TLO is in game and Mana is in game,
Oh man.
so they're playing as well.
Yep.
And the Passion Craft 1v1 tournament is still going on strong, guys. If
And
you want something to watch,
Willow Balance mod tournament is going
Oh
on.
boy,
let's
that's
not talk
not.
about that one.
Are we just plugging all the Twitch channels now? Is that this show? So what, guys? I'm not saying he would do it. I don't think anyone would be this indecent to do so. But let's say Cyril just was like, hey, I'll just go crush him nerds' dreams and just started playing right now because he's on way too big of a cushion to ever be kicked out of his first seed, right? So he's never gonna have to risk that, and he could just like try to beat down on some players. That'd be really mean. Don't think he would ever do it, but it's possible.
Well, for people like that, like no one is that indecent. But if you have a bad day and feel like crushing nerds' dreams, like what stops you from logging on a Smurf on a 6K account?
That's true.
And taking 50 points from someone that you usually 500 MMR above.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's true.
Obviously, not knowing Cyril, he would never fucking do that. Even if his entire family was murdered that day, he would not go on such a spree. But
yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yugmark and Yugmark saying Cyril was just sitting back in his chair, enjoying the show and knowing you crushed them all. Man, I would if I would be that high right now on the ranking. I would be like,
do
you open a beer and
Do you even follow the qualifier, or do you go like, "Jeez, better watch some Netflix. It's way more relaxing."
This is
the qualifier for Valencia. The Jönköping qualifier was a week and a half ago and is already concluded with Cyril, Namshar, Laser, and someone qualifying. Who's the first person?
We can look that up.
Nerd?
No, wasn't. I don't think so.
I don't remember.
Because it's in a couple of weeks, right? It's almost June now, and it's I think 19th through 21st or something of June, something in like the third week of June somewhere. That's when Jönköping is. But let's see qualifiers.
Okay, Cyril, Nurture, Namshar, Laser.
Right. Yeah.
Made it through the Jönköping qualifier and are seeded into group stage 3.
Yep.
From the other regions, got one Protoss, one Lonely Protoss, Neep, and couple of Terrans, Igus, Scyther, Semper, and a whole bunch of Zergs.
Yep.
Three Chinese Zergs, Scarlet, obviously, Jon Snow from the NA server, and Winter making it through the Southeast Asia qualifier, beating Haas that played Zerg.
Okay,
so Lambo just beat Mana.
He's getting closer.
For 17 points, and that makes him kind of a threat to Thermi right now. That's just 23 points off, and that's within the margin of one game. So it's again, it could go anywhere right now. It's like Lambo is still trying hard, and he definitely has a shot, pretty much just as much as Uthermal has right now, maybe one game extra, right? And Uthermal obviously still has a shot. I don't know how many games exactly he would have to win. It depends on who he's playing, so that's why we can't really calculate that. But both Drogo, Uthermal, and Lambo are all in the running right now for that 8th and 7th spot. With Hiramurine and Namshar obviously sitting on those spots right now, so they're looking at this bracket very carefully. Yeah, they want to.
When Namshar's not playing 2v2, he's probably looking
he just
carefully.
refreshes between every game. Like, okay, I better not have dropped, Leoneros. So it starts at midnight. No, it finishes at midnight. So it starts from 9 p.m. to 9 p.m. on every day, except for the last day, which is from 9 p.m. until midnight. And then at midnight, the qualifier ends, and pretty much what happens is the top 8 gets seeded into a qualifier. And that qualifier, along with the people that actually make it through another qualifier, that's so complicated, man. They fight for a spot for DreamHack Valencia in this case. So yeah, it finishes at midnight. At midnight, their ladder closes and it's over, and all the players will quit laddering for a while, I think.
Yeah.
For a good night's sleep, I think.
Take a good night's sleep or a bath or some pills. Who knows? So, someone asking the real question: has Namshar won the 2v2 with his girlfriend? And I looked it up, and he didn't. He lost.
He lost?
Yep.
Oh my god. What a scrub.
What race did he play though?
Yeah, what race? If you played Zerg, it doesn't count, because you can't win 2v2 with Zerg.
Well,
Well, he's played Protoss in that, but his Protoss is actually EM level 2. He used to be about top 50 EU with this Protoss as well.
Wow. Yeah, it's interesting how pros can really get their off-race level up to, like, pretty much almost the same level within, not exactly, obviously, but close enough, without putting that much effort into it. Obviously, the mechanics carry over and stuff, but it's interesting to see that, because you would,
I think, like, I know of a lot of pros that are not only good at, like, the main race or their off race, but also at other games. Like, for example, Namshar is obviously a top StarCraft player, but he's also global elite in CSGO. He is, I think, 6K MMR in Dota, which is, like, decent. So I think, like, some people are just talented at video games in general, and not just
100%.
the game that they dedicate so much time in. 100%. I think we've had the discussion about, like, talent versus effort last time, and I think we talked plenty about it. And,
well, we had it off stream though.
Was it off stream?
That was off stream. I remember that. That was at like 8 a.m.
Yeah, well,
it wasn't very, like, it wasn't groundbreaking or anything, guys, but yeah, we're talking about just the difference between nurture and nature, and within the context of video games, pretty much, right? So how much that impacts, but the truth is no one really knows. So I guess it's a gray area for science right now, which is why it's interesting to follow, though, right?
Well, how do you really measure talent, right?
Exactly. Like, there's a lot.
You can measure effort, and you can maybe even, like, measure the quality of the effort to some extent. But how do you measure talent? That's just impossible.
I guess if you compare, like, the results of effort for different people, then you can see, like, okay, this guy put in less effort but has better results than. Maybe you could. Yeah,
but there are a lot more factors to
yeah, definitely.
So, your thermal just beat Sham, by the way, for I don't know how many points.
We'll see.
Yeah, Ethermal just beat Sham for 17 MMR, and that puts him above Lambo for a significant amount again. So that puts him a little bit, safer in that 10th position. Obviously not where he wants to be, but. Yeah.
And he's only 39 MMR behind, and that is once again absolutely doable. There's still an hour. 39 MMR is 3 to 4 wins. If you average like 17 MMR gain. Obviously, you're not looking at gaining 40 MMR at this point. Like it technically it's doable in one game if, for example, Cyril was to play now and your thermal would run into him and beats him, then that would be the 40 points you need instantly. But Cyril obviously not playing anymore, so the only points you're looking at right now is like 15 to maybe 20, which is also a big difference compared to the NA qualifier, right? If you remember the NA qualifier, everyone was just saying, "Oh yeah, we're dodging the high MMR players. We're just playing for 5 MMR at the time, all the time."
Mm-hmm.
Going for the slow and steady increase.
It's a strategy, man, and it's exactly how that works, unfortunately. But that means you have to grind a lot again to gain significant MMR. which is not necessarily even the point for a lot of players, right? They just want to stay where they are. They don't want to lose. That's you know.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's why ladder qualifier is also interesting. There's a lot of different dynamics that go on, like that's not included in a normal tournament, because you have the players avoiding each other. You have the MMR system that's a bit tricky with, if this player is that much higher ranked than me, I'm gonna get this amount of MMR. So do I want to hit him or not? You have the cheesing and macroing thing also affecting you because you're on a clock. In StarCraft 2 tournaments, you're never on a clock, but you are here. There's about an hour and 3 minutes to be played right now. So in the last, and also the 12 a.m. sharp is the cutoff. So midnight is absolutely the last moment you have to have finished your game.
Yeah. So if you start a game 10 minutes before midnight and it lasts 11 minutes, it's not going to count anymore.
Exactly. So that's really, that also impacts it. Do you play long games where you are maybe more confident, but you can play less of them, or do you play less games and do you sorry. Do you play more games and just try to cheese and maybe get a higher win rate with that, and then end up in that regard, right? There's a lot of different strategies, and also if people know you're cheesing, there's so many things that go into it. But yeah,
we've talked about this last time. Like if you like 5 minutes before the cutoff and like you're playing a Terran and the Terran knows that the cutoff is and he really wants to ruin your day, then he just like turtles or lifts his command center or some shit. And Hero Marine is on rank 7. That puts Namshra at 8.
Ooh, yeah.
Hero Marine beats Snood
for 19 points, 19 MMR.
Oh.
That is. So
Hero Marine is why would you play?
I know he's living on
Because
the
he
edge,
wins.
man. And then
Now he's really safe.
we also have sort of playing Denver, losing to him, losing 26 MMR. So that's pretty much putting the nail in the coffin there for him.
Yeah.
If there wasn't already a nail in there, there's maybe now an extra one in there. I don't know exactly how you want to see with that analogy, but yeah, he might not even
a second nail, and you lowered it into the grave.
Exactly. He might not even be playing for the challenger anymore, though. That's very possible. We had that with last time too with an A, where I don't know exactly who it was, but there was someone who we were keeping an eye on, and turned out he was just laddering. He wasn't playing for the challenger.
Sort of is back in Europe, right?
Is he?
He should. I think.
I have no idea. So one thing I want to say is that it appears that Lembo has actually gone offline, so he's probably not gonna. I'm not sure if he's coming back on to try again, but because he's pretty close. Like, okay, it's 83 points different with the number 8, but I guess there's still a shot.
Well, Mana, TLO are still playing. Euthermal just finished the game. Let me check real quick, and he won again against Lambo. Actually,
good for him. Does that put him above Jogo though? That's the question. I think it might, because MMR is very close. He's gonna get a decent amount of MMR. Hopefully for him, at least 15.
Okay, Nurture just confirmed that sort of is back in Europe. So, he's not going through the struggle of having to play EU qualifiers from Korea again.
That's awful.
I know he did that for Austin, and that must have been awful.
Yeah, that must have really been. That must have really sucked. Like, that's one of the only physical limitations StarCraft really has, and it's ping, right? It's latency. Wherever you are in the world, it affects you. So yeah, but I mean, there's not a lot we can do about that, and not a lot anyone can do about that.
The number of games played is not buggy. It just got reset at, I think, 9.
So normally the days go from 9 to 9, right? The day 1 and 2 go from 9 to 9. So that's what the system is set up. But we have because this is day 3. So what happens in day 3 is it's an extra 3 hours, but the system still resets it at 9 p.m. So that's why it's at 0 or 4 for, let's say, Hero Marine, and I'm sure.
Did Drogo just finish again?
Nane, is that actually the guy that runs the SC2 Stock website?
Yep.
So I think it would be very, very useful to have that for the last day expanded to like 12. It's confusing. It's a small thing, but yeah.
Yeah, that would be great. Okay, so we have Nurcho in the chat.
Yeah, don't you asking an interesting question?
This is interesting. We should talk about this. I don't understand why guys that are plus minus 15 points around the last spot, why aren't they laddering like crazy? Is Numsure hoping that people will not catch up 20 points in an hour? Right, so that's... I might actually agree with that. But there's also a lot of players that are like, ooh, Thermal won 21 points off of Lama, by the way, putting him in... putting him 4 points below Joro, actually. But let's continue the story. So... a lot of players think with the philosophy that, okay, if I'm green or if I'm top 8, that's it. Until I drop, right? Which is, again, like Fear Dragon said last time, it's kind of playing hot potato if you're doing that. Because the
sorry to interrupt, but TLO just took 15 points off of Drogo.
Oh, that's painful because that puts him behind...
No, it's the other way around.
Oh, no.
Never mind, yeah.
So Drogo is 6 points away from Namshar.
Close. So yeah, they either play the hot potato style, which is pretty much play whenever you need to, whenever you're put on the spot, or like Nurture says, you should just believe in yourself and ladder until you're in a comfortable position, and that would make it a lot more interesting, even more volatile than it already is right now. Completely correct, but I think a lot of players might not be comfortable with that. I think they're not. They're like, okay, this is top 8. Anything can happen now if I play. Let's just freeze, I don't know if that's how a lot of players think.
There's still time to catch up. There's still an hour left.
Yeah.
And if Namshar gets overtaken by Drogo or Thermal or whatever now, there's time to catch up. And it's a different mentality whether you go into a game of like, okay, I have to win this and catch up, and of a game of like, I have to win because otherwise I'll have to play more.
Yeah, exactly. Hero Marine is the player that actually says I'll just play, right? Because he played during the fact that he was already rank 7 or rank 8. So that's one of the people who what Nurture's talking about that everyone should do, right? And then you obviously have people like Numshar or whoever's in Numshar's spot at the time. Right now it's Numshar, but I'm sure the other players would do the same, and they would not play. I think Stefano is right. Well, actually, Stefano and Hummerin are now at the same MMR, so that kind of puts.
They're nowhere near safe.
Linus42 asks an interesting question: what happens if players end up with the same MMR?
Great question.
That's a really good question.
Do we? I don't think we know. Like.
Yeah. Do they play final
match against each other? Let me check if there's a case in the current Grandmaster ladder where 2 people have the same MMR. And then let's try and find out what puts someone ahead or below.
Maybe
I'm gonna do that research real quick.
I mean, I assume that if they're at the same MMR at midnight, they're gonna do some kind of decider match, right? Because that's what they do when the top 8 cutoff for BlizzCon, as if they're like 2 people with the same amount of WCS points. Like, who were the 2 players that had that?
Okay, so
I think it was
right
like
now,
Pilot and someone else. You had to play a best of something decider match.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Well, right now, Stefano and Hero Marine have the same MMR, so that's kind of interesting. And I don't see both of them dropping out of top 8, but yeah, I don't think that is something that is clarified in the in the rules.
Optimus says it's just random between the 2. So that would be. I think
it can't be random if it goes for qualification. It might be random in like how it's listed in the Grandmaster ladder.
Yeah, but it depends. We've seen Blizzard do stuff like that before. Like it's possible. It's very.
I think it was Dreamback, but
pick the highest. Pick the highest player on the ladder. I don't know. Well, then it comes down to maybe what does the Grandmaster ladder sort people as? Obviously, it's by MMR first, but then what does it sort people by? Yeah. Zorg acid, I already I already messaged Nurcho in there.
Oh, well.
I think he's a little bit tired, so I don't think he wants to come on. But that's fine.
Yeah, well, I didn't know. Might as well ask, right? Doesn't hurt asking.
Definitely does not. Definitely does not. Wait, are you as Overgasset?
Yes, that is me.
Oh, that's an interesting nickname.
Wow.
Vitamin.
Well,
It's
if
pretty
you Google
enough, right?
if you Google it, you'll see the connection.
Will I?
Yes, you will.
I'll Google after the
Whoops.
show. I don't know if I want to do it right now.
Thermal won another game. He beat Lambo again.
Yeah.
So that puts, where does that put him?
Wait. Did it
Lambo
jump
is probably like 17 points, right?
up?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know how many points he won last time. I can't see it with my overlay right now, but it should still say in the recent games tab.
Okay,
It
It
okay,
doesn't
this,
show
Whoa.
a game for me yet, by the way.
Hero Marine just moved up to the 6th spot on the on the S2 stock website with no other game being played. That's interesting. So maybe it truly is random. Every minute it switches.
that is so weird. Wow.
That would be interesting.
Okay, so Euthermal is really close now, right? He's like 8 MMR away from Namshar as well.
Yeah.
Same as Drogo, who's 6 MMR away. So, like, Namshar, you better get
Yeah.
playing again, I
This is
guess.
so
Personally,
interesting.
if I was him, I would queue. Yeah, because you're just not safe.
So we have 2 people at exactly 6,800 or more right now, and 2
Yeah.
people exactly at 6,818. I don't think that's happened before.
No, that has not happened before. That is
we have
ridiculous.
we have identical more for 2 people twice. That's I don't know. That's really close.
Just a coincidence.
And then we have Nosha right in the middle, hoping no one plays.
Like
And-
that's gonna work out.
I don't think that's working. Namsha's gonna have to play. I'm afraid to fight him in.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm sure he's aware of that. I've been talking to him earlier. He's confident. He's motivated. I think
Good.
he's become a tournament player by now. He's got plenty of experience. So
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. So I mean, yeah, we have. Okay, yeah. Heroin and stuff. I keep switching. Every time I refresh, it's
yeah,
So
it's
weird.
like I like have like from the side of my eye, I keep like an eye on it, and it's like keep switching, and every time it's like who played.
Nurture says today I have to play 15 games while playing at a Polish LAN. That was hard. Wow. That's
By the way,
I noticed Trickle man. Were you at a LAN?
Congratulations on winning that.
Oh
Nurture.
really? Oh yeah. There
Yeah, he
was
won that without dropping a single map. Very close.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did he have any real competition?
I think you had to play Bazior and Art in like the grand
Okay.
finals and finals. So
Okay.
make
Good
that
job.
up with what you want.
15 games can look up to 0 hours, yeah. And it's such a struggle laddering at LAN, dude, because you don't want to. It's so you get distracted all the time. People like, oh, it's so loud. People start cheering. People start yelling. It's not great. How many Zlotys did you win?
Well,
think
he,
he won, like,
he still had an 11-4 record, so I don't think it affected him too much.
Yeah, I guess.
The barcode was 6,849. Let me check that one.
Depends on the race, but
Well, if
I
if
doubt
it's
it's any
Terran,
Koreans. Yeah, I doubt it's any Koreans. It might be Kelazur. Could be Major. Oh, nice monitor. Nice. Yeah, we have Barg Yellow asking Snooze on the hunt too. He was earlier. He might still be. We haven't seen a game from him in a while. But could be. Better than Dutch lands, yeah. Dutch lands are in a dire state right now. There's not that many left, but yeah.
the barcode 6,849. There's actually 2.
No
That
way.
is so funny. Yeah.
No way.
One is Hero Marine and the other is Nertio.
Okay, right.
So actually we have this situation once again. We had that with Showtime in the other qualifier, and we have it again this time. The rank 7 Grandmaster barcode that has 6,849 MMR. That would put him at rank 4 right now. So he would be like decently safe. That is Hero Marine. Hero Marine's barcode. And Hero Marine is currently struck, like,
Yeah.
he's still at a risk of dropping out. And I think it's like so ridiculous to me that people
And so we're
don't
yeah.
just like rename all of their barcodes before the ladder qualifier, and then like
Same old true for Euthermal, by the way. He has a barcode at 6,823, so
oh wow.
that will be pretty safe for him as well.
So if everyone actually renamed their bracket, wouldn't the top 8 just go up a lot?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, would it really matter
So,
in the end?
maybe for a couple of spots, but yeah. It'll balance out in the end, I think.
Yeah, so it's interesting, man. But if you guys interested, we have one American or one player from NA actually in the legit top 16 from Europe, and that's obviously Neeb. And then that I think that's pretty much it. I don't think there's any other player from another region. So all the barcodes and the players in the top 16 are all Europeans, except for Neeb.
So buff fulfill that is not how it works. You could buy a high rank barcode, like, but who in that MMR would sell an account, and then you'd still have to play 15 games a day, and then 15 games a day you can lose MMR. If you lose 15 games a day because you're a shitter, then you're not going to stay at that MMR and qualify.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, right now actually a lot of time has passed since the game has been played. It's been like 6-7 minutes.
Drogo and Euthermal are both in game.
Yeah.
I can't tell if they play each other though.
Yeah, it's very hard to know. Usually, the SC2 stock website does it, after the match is concluded.
Yeah.
We don't know during the match because
Yeah, I can only see that Euthermal is in game for 4 minutes, but no info on Drogo. So.
Yep.
Namsher's still not playing. So like, obviously, I don't want to like interrupt Namsher's train of thought or like tournament attitude right here, but if I were in his shoes, I would look at this and be like, who do I not want to run into right now? Who is a threat to me? And I think like the number one threat that pops up would be Drogo and Euthermal. So I think I'm looking at this and like, oh, I'm still top 8, but both of both of the people that I do not want to run into are playing. So why not Q right now?
Yeah, because one of them is probably going to overtake him, right?
Yeah.
So, but then again, he might want to run into them because he's confident against one of them. So.
Well, that could be the case too.
But I guess no one's really confident against anyone right now. I think the nerves are getting a lot of people. Don't know if that's true for.
Okay, there's a question in the chat about accidentally losing.
Yeah.
We've been over this in the past. It's all over the rulebook. Every possible exploit of somehow match fixing in the ladder qualifier is now covered by the rulebook, and Blizzard has ways and means to find out.
As long as it's proven, right? That's the only thing they have to.
But they have like access to every replay. They can look at every chat log, and they could probably tell if you lose a game voluntarily.
I guess if you really, really wanted it, you could get it to happen, but it's just a big move, man. You don't do that.
That said, it's completely legal for, as I said, Cero or anyone else. It doesn't really matter who you are. It's completely legal for someone to just jump on the ladder and start playing at conveniently the right time that you hit someone. Right? You can snipe. There's nothing against that, really. As long as you don't, as long as one of the players don't like accidentally win or lose, right? Like it has to be done.
Drogo just overtook Namsher.
Ooh.
He beat Shem for I don't know how much MMR, but definitely more than 6. So
16 MMR. 16. So now there is so the so 6, 7, and 8.
Wow.
And I'm
It's
sure
so close.
immediately queues for a game. That's
Oh
so
wow!
funny.
See, they're all on top of this. They're all completely
Yeah,
they know this
Yeah.
is happening.
yeah.
Um,
They have the page on auto refresh.
yeah.
They're probably watching this stream, laughing at our digs. Okay, Namshar found a game, and it is not against anyone I have on my friend list.
Interesting. So right now we have in game for sure Euthermal up against a known opponent. For now at least.
Yeah.
So yeah, it depends on who he plays. If he actually plays Lambo, for example, he wins against Lambo. He gets another 17 or 18 more. Like that means the top 8 is now 68, 100, 16, or whatever, right? It could be around that anyway. So it's gonna be super tough. And yeah, I guess it depends on how many points Euthermal loses or wins, how close it's going to be between how many people. But pretty much this is between 5 people right now.
Oh yeah. So the funny thing now is if Namshar wins and if Euthermal wins, then we have Drogo and Stefano out again. And if then someone else wins, like 2 of them win again, then Hiramrim is out as well.
Yeah, and at that point, Harsum gets
Yeah,
really
and
close
then
to the
Oh,
limit.
no.
Like, aye.
Yeah.
Harsum's definitely looking at this right now. He might not play until everyone actually gets really
Yeah.
close. But he's definitely watching this closely right now. Like Omana just lost 17 points to Liquid Snoot. So teammates playing against each other, and that means Snoot's also moving. Everything's just moving up. The MMR is just moving up.
Yeah.
But
Also,
yeah.
shout out to the guy who's actually made the website. He actually updated the number of game stats. So I see
he
that.
did. Yes, he did. That's so great. Thanks, man. That's actually so great. So now see, Drogo's already played 29 games today.
Yep.
That's a lot of games.
So the guy that did the website, maybe does he have a Twitter? Do we want to shout him out or some stuff? Because I would love to do that. You are putting in a lot of work for anyone involved in this qualifier.
He does have a Twitter. I don't know if he wants to shout it out, but we're gonna do it anyway.
It's on the official site, so I think he doesn't mind.
Yeah, it's Nicholas at Nicholas42. I can put it in the thing actually. Why not? Why don't we do that? Because it's a great website. It's awesome. Let's do that.
Excuse me.
Bless you. But yeah, great
Oh,
website, Nicholas. It's absolutely awesome.
Another French guy, huh?
Another French guy. Dude, the French guys they make a lot of good content. Like they make a lot of the gaming content. What about the all the portraits and all the artwork that's being done by that French guy? I forgot his name.
Another Nicholas.
I think another Nicholas. Yeah.
Nicholas. I don't know. I have no idea how to pronounce the last name. But yeah, he does a lot of stuff. He does commissioned work as well.
And Drogo is actually still playing. He's not completely confident that everyone else will lose. So it's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Taking the different approach than Namshar did before when he was at Spot 8. So.
Euthermal in a 10-minute game. Namshar only in game for 2 minutes right now. Oh, 4 minutes. It just refreshed.
Okay, the S is silent, so Nicolas.
Nicolas.
Okay, so yeah.
Oui.
You're on top of the overlay, Nicolas. Yeah. So let's see. Could it be possible that, for example, the top 6 are playing with their 6600 MMR barcodes and soaking MMR from the contenders? Yes.
That is definitely something that could happen.
It's not likely, but it can happen. Someone definitely, might. They're all capable of doing it. It's not illegal. They can do it. It's just, they're probably already happy they made it. They're chilling. They're watching Netflix.
Watching Netflix, watching the website, watching this stream.
Yeah.
How many viewers do we have now? Oh, quite a bunch. Up to 180. That's cool. This is only the 3rd time we do this.
I'd say that the viewership is very good, and we're on Team Liquid
Yeah.
right now. It's. I mean, obviously we want to keep doing this. I'll do it again next week. Um, we're hopefully gonna have interesting guests every time. I want to thank you guys for coming on. By the way, just a quick shout out in the middle of it. It's hard again. It's hard to find the right people for the right show because people are the right people are usually the ones playing, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, I should get pros on call like I did last time. But the problem is the most of the pros are playing or busy or whatever. I reached out to a lot of pros, but sometimes it's just not there. They might still come on, or maybe for a post an after midnight thing like we did last time with game time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again,
I can promise you, if Namshur makes it, I will drag him onto this call.
he will be
Nice.
forced. Yeah,
Yep.
if he doesn't make it, we're not gonna force him. That would be cruel. But
No. If he makes it, I'm gonna force him though.
good, great. Okay, we hold you to that.
Yeah.
But uh, what was I gonna say? Next week there's pretty much the same time, but 6 hours later, maybe. Yeah, I think so. We're gonna do this for America again, for US or for NA.
Staying up until 11 a.m. again.
It's gonna be great, dude, and I'll probably have school in the morning. It's gonna be a grand
Fantastic.
feast, and yeah. So
That's so much full passion.
I know. So basically, EU and then they have the same thing. It just happens a week later.
Yep.
So yeah. Okay, so now right now we're still waiting for you Thermal's result, man. What game is he in?
It
12
must
minutes already.
Probably a long one, yeah.
Yep. So yep. Yeah, Phoenix 19. This is not our website. We're promoting it because it's a great website, but we're using it to, talk about and keep up with, the ladder, as it's unfolding. The ladder challenger, that is. So, yeah. Thanks for watching yeah.
Because we, like the previous qualifiers, we were all like refreshing this site constantly, checking and keeping up to date with what scores are. So we're actually really surprised there wasn't a stream for this by Blizzard, which it's kind of a shame, but yeah. So that's why we decided to just throw on our own, so that at least everyone has something to look at.
So Senpai, how about you not talk crap about the website and appreciate what it does for people?
Yeah, because someone actually did something, man.
Yeah, it's great. I just linked it in the chat for everyone to check it out. It might crash the website. I'm sorry, Nicola. I don't know what the capacity is on it, but yeah, that's the website we're using.
That would be so funny. Imagine like 20 minutes before the cutoff, the website just crashes and everyone's like, "Do I have to play?"
Yeah, I know. Oh, it'd be the worst because all the pros are using these, so I guarantee you that this is this is interesting because all the pros are dependent on this as well. So yeah, we have this exact thing also for NA, so it's very easy. This used to not be something for NA, only for EU, and just before last challenger for America, they put this in, or Nicola put this in. So yeah, it's great. We can follow both scenes now. You can always have a copy locally. So Nicola will be the only one to keep up with the score. Oh no, dude. But
then we would have to get him on the call.
Yeah, he can talk to us about it. The end for NA is next week. So this NA has not started yet. It's gonna start Thursday night, I believe, at 9 p.m. Up until Sunday night at midnight EST. So that's New York time, Eastern time. That's 6 a.m. here in Europe, and you're gonna have to calculate that for each time zone. But yeah, it's next week. Obviously, Blizzard does it to spread out to show, like, obviously, there's a lot of content being created by other people. Oh, wait, there's not. So...
It would be a shame if it was all, like, planned on the same weekend. That would be really impossible to cover everything, right?
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Oh, Namshur just beat Denver, so Namshur pulls ahead again.
So now Drogo's gonna play again. Oh, man.
Oh, well, it does. Denver should be high enough MMR to give him 10 points, right? Yeah. So Namshur just beat Denver and overtakes Drogo once again, and now we're still looking at you, Thermal. He's in a 17-minute game.
No biggie. Let's see how much Namshur actually won. 608.
Well, we have to wait for the site to update.
14 MMR actually. Wow,
Yeah, 14
that puts him
MMR is
above
decent.
Stefano. Wow.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So he has a bit of a cushion going for him.
Yep, he does, and that's good for him because he really needs that in the upcoming 20. Oh, it's only 35 minutes left actually, right? So time is slowly passing by, and the players have to realize that too. And it depends on the games they're playing. Thermal's playing just play like he's in game for ages, right? So that's definitely going to affect him in the amount of games he's going to get to play. He is going to have less opportunities. Then again, you can't afford to lose a game because it takes too long either, you know?
Yeah.
So you have to really balance that out.
If you lose a game now, you're not like playing some 7K MMR player, so you're losing a bunch of points. And yeah, you can't afford to just like, oh, this is taking too long, go next.
It might actually be Chem again because I haven't seen him show up in the rankings for a while. Oh wait, no, he played a game, 14 plus 11 against Drogo, so not sure who it is. Drogo just got out of a game. Uh-oh. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
He won against Snute. Ooh.
Drogo plus 19, but that means...
That means Drogo overtakes again, right?
Yeah.
Drogo is going to be safe for
Actually,
another game.
Drogo is ranked 5 now.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's such an important win for him.
Oh, this is... I don't think we've had a lot of qualified this close. Like with... Oh, wow. We have...
Even Arsem has to play again, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players for contention for the last couple of spots. Your Thermal is still in game. 19 minutes.
And now Hero Marine and Stefano are tied for 8 spots.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Is it actually gonna happen? Yeah. I don't think it's gonna happen. There's still some time left, but
I don't know.
If it comes to that, like who do you see favored in a, I don't know, best of 5 series between Hero Marine and Stefano? Probably Hero Marine, right? And best of 5? I think so.
Are you guys looking at the chat?
Yeah, I think.
What's happening in the chat?
Shout out to the 160 Zurich.
Give me TLDR.
Drogo just came in the chat after his win against Snoop. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Proper banter.
Proper bants. Shout out to that 16K Zerg that took me 44 points. See, that's the struggle of the ladder challenge, man. 44 points. It's like 3 games. It's insane. That's a lot. You know. And it can happen to anyone. So yeah. Drogo, we're not going to ask any players to come on call if they're this close to... obviously, it's possible that Drogo can still drop out. It's very unlikely, but it's possible.
Maybe Drogo can tell us now that if he makes it, if he's willing to come on the call.
Sure, maybe he can tell that. But yeah, I mean, I would not be sure if for like it's how many points does he have? He's 17 points away from dropping out.
I guess it's pretty solid.
It's a game from everyone. I stopped, dude. They blind counter it so hard. Okay, yeah. So, Drogo is stopped playing for now, and I think that's the right call for him, at least, for now, and probably for the challenger itself, because it's only 30 minutes left.
Well, it depends. If everyone like wins now.
Yeah. But as he says, someone will mess up, right? Someone will make a mistake. Someone will lose a game.
Oh, not necessarily.
No, obviously not. But that's what he's banking on, and that's his reason for choosing not to play, and I can really understand that. So.
Meanwhile, Thermal's playing the game of his life. Still 21 minutes in a 1v1. Yeah. Oh, and he just got out.
He just got out. Oh.
Can you check his?
I'm afraid.
-1.
-1.
Who is
points? Okay.
We said again, and that 3.
Okay, who is that?
He just lost to Massa with 6.5k.
Okay, but
That's painful though.
that is +1 in
Yeah.
points. But how much is that in MMR?
It's still a decent amount, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is a
It's
rough
actually
loss.
more. Should be more than like 24, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So that puts him in a really tough position.
So you thermal.
He's gonna have to bust out the Reapers.
Yep.
So the funny thing now is if you thermal doesn't beat the 6,818, we actually have 2 people tied for 8th place. How crazy is that?
I know. It's
Wow.
It's actually
Ooh,
insane.
actually lost 28 MMR. That's
Yeah. Okay. Well,
yeah.
that is. Oof.
Painful.
Mm.
It's gonna be very hard, if not impossible, to come back from this. He's obviously not gonna give up because, as you said, you have nothing to lose if you're in the red, right? Because you're out by default. So yeah, we're gonna have to see if he queues up. But if he queues up, he needs to do it now because he has no time to waste. None of the players in red do.
And
Stefano
he's already in a new game.
He's in a new game already. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If 8th place ties, we have no idea.
We don't know.
It's possible that there's a decider match. It's possible that it's
Can we get
random,
an ESL admin in there?
Doubt it. Yeah, maybe.
Hey, I can ask him.
I don't think the ladder qualifier is run by ESL though, right?
I think so. Yeah. I think Challenger is from ESL.
Yeah, the open qualifier definitely is, but this is being monitored by Blizzard, not by ESL.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I just tweeted at the accounts on yeah.
Okay.
Right now it's possible, man. I don't
60
think Hero
plus
Marine is
one.
going to keep it. I think Hero Marine has the balls to play, and I'm not sure if Stefano is even capable to play right now if he's at this PC, but I doubt he's not.
I don't think anyone should play right now.
Can anyone see if
Like
Joe
maybe
Marine
maybe
thinking-
Hero Marine or Stefano to overtake each other, but like none of the others, Namshar, Hearthstone, Drogo. I don't think I would advise them to play.
For sure, yeah. And also it depends on who's in game versus who, right? You can very easily find that out because you have everyone in your friends list. But for sure, right now it's unknown for them, so don't play. I think that's the right call.
I think it would be fun to get Masa on this call now and like have his thoughts on why he's playing EU right now.
If you can get a hold of him, why not?
I've tried for the last NA qualifier. He never responded.
Okay. So Nicola says, is Stefano playing? We don't know, but it's possible. He should be playing.
Does anyone?
I don't know if he wants to play. I think like the way it should be from my point of view is that the 8th place tied should be played out in like a best of 5. So I think he's just fine with playing a best of 5 against Hero Marine rather than risking to lose in a best of 1. Right? Like that's the way I see it.
Sure. But then again, none of us knows like what's gonna happen if you die, though.
Yeah.
It's
And I could imagine that Stefano is the type of guy that's like, well, I played 18 games today. I was rank 4 at some point. I'm just gonna go out and drink
I'm
or do something else or study or go on a date or whatever. That's how I see Stefano.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey man, it's possible. It's very possible. It's not past Stefano to do that. Wouldn't be surprised if he. And you know, if Hero Marine and I'm sure or Hearthstone or whatever, if they decide to play a game and lose, then Stefano's in a grand position. You know, so it's also it might be a good move not to play, as you said earlier. So it's like. It really depends on if you know if everyone plays, it's a completely different story as well. It depends. It really depends.
Sure.
Yep. So yeah, you said Uthermi was just jumped straight into a new game, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yes, he's in game. But
So
I really don't see that happening. 46
me neither,
MMR.
but he's trying. If he gets out of his next game or out of this game quickly, it's possible.
I mean, why the hell not? Like, what do you have to lose?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Who else? else is in a game right now. I think that's it,
Ah.
right?
I see TLO in a game. That is in that MMR. Mana is out of a game.
Yeah, and ESL admin just confirmed that Blizzard is running the latter part of the Challenger qualifier, I guess, and that he doesn't have any idea what happens when there are two people tied for rank 8. So
Uh-oh.
that's up to Blizzard.
Okay, so that's another big surprise then.
Just put your faith in Blizzard, guys.
Let's see Blizzard. Like I could see this like before we joked about this, but I see this as the most likely outcome now. Thermal is not gonna make that anymore. He's not gonna overtake Stefano or Hero Marine anymore, and no one else is gonna play. So I think like this is the most likely outcome for this ladder qualifier, and I'm really excited to see how Blizzard handles this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hero Marine is not allowed to rename his higher ranked account because you are required to play under the name you want to use in WCS for the entire
duration
of the qualifier. Yeah. That means for the past 3 days he would have had to play under the name Hero Marine.
Mm-hmm. They could go by better win ratio. That's true. But then again, it depends on who you play. So that is fair in a sense, but also could be seen as unfair. So it really depends on how they want to do that. Then, I would.
Okay, let's look at the win ratio. How would that go? Would it be just from the qualifier or overall?
I think just from the qualifier. I think all the matches played within the 3-day span, right?
Okay, so Stefano is 34-22, and Hero Marine is 30-19.
Basically the same.
Well,
to calculate that.
Pull out the calculator. I'm not gonna do math on stream, boys.
49. No, wait. 30.
Are you doing it?
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm getting a calculator. Man.
Got our math boy.
61%.
Wait. Is Stefano playing it strange? Someone said that in chat.
Yeah. That might be. I don't know.
Whistleword makes a very good comment actually. The quality of the people in the red is insane. If you look at like just the top 4 or 5, maybe even 6 or 7, it's like Stefano, Thermal, Snoot. These are all champions, right? Like these are all people who have won like big tournaments before.
Okay, Stefano is playing strange.
Ooh.
20 minutes before the cutoff. They're in game for 2 minutes. This is what it comes down to. This is if Stefano wins this, he's qualified and knocks out Hero Marine, and I'm sure it's still in it as well, in 8th place.
That would
and in regards to the win rate, Hero Marine's win rate is 0.4% better than Stefano.
It's not gonna matter because Stefano's playing, right?
Yeah, sure.
So if Stefano wins, that means there are no Terrans in the top 8. And I wouldn't put it past Stefano to like play a game where he calculates when he's winning, right? Where he just drags out the game until he's like, let's just win it right now, Obviously, he's not that much better than Strange. Is a very good player, right? You're gonna roll over Strange, but Stefano has that style of play where he controls the game and the pace of the game very well. He's always done that, right?
Actually, good play. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he's good, what he's known for. So, and also the very, very long drawn out games, right? So he could, if he could time out that well, then either if he goes bad, stall the game for long enough, or finish the game just in time.
Stefano just saved an Overlord on 5 HP. That's the most clutch Overlord of this ladder qualifier.
Every Overlord counts, man.
Every Overlord counts.
Stefano was ice cold. Yep, this is so close right now.
Oh wow. Okay, so I think it's pretty safe to say that no one has Hero Marine at it, right? Because if he knows that Stefano's playing, then he has to play it himself, right? Like, or are you gonna let it? Are you gonna put your faith in Strange to win this game? I don't think you do that as
Eternal just want to get Denver, by
24 points, but we don't know how much of that more is. We're gonna see in a second.
86. He got like 14 points. 14 points.
That's not gonna. It's not gonna.
Yeah, it's 20 minutes left. That is like he has to cheese like 3 games and win.
Yeah.
But
So close.
I don't think Terran has the cheese
Well,
uh
2 matches and 20
possibility
minutes. That's very possible. So he's still not
Yeah.
completely out, I think.
No, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
For sure. It's
Wow.
definitely possible, and also depending on if Stefano loses and stuff, or if Hiromarin loses if he queues, it's definitely possible. And as Boya says, 3x Reaper,
Yeah.
I'm not
Well,
sure
like
if he's gonna do it.
3x Reaper, like most Zergs, unless you want to like do a proxy against Protoss or some
Yeah,
shit,
yeah. For
most
sure.
Zergs are at least good enough to
Not die to it.
to not straight up die to it, like and like get a head
Yep.
as a Terran in the mid game, but you still then you still have to play it out.
So yeah, let's see, 14 MMR for Euthermal, which puts him, 32 points behind Stefano.
Yeah.
That's that requires a win from Euthermal and a loss from Stefano, then at least, or maybe a game against.
Well, Hiromarin is still at 8, right?
Hiromarin is what?
Still at rank 8, so he has to
Yeah,
surpass him as
Marine
well.
and Stefano are tied. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not sure if Hiromarin is going to end up playing a game. I doubt it.
Well, does he know that Stefano's playing?
He should be aware, I think.
Yeah, he's probably.
Probably has him on his team friends list, right?
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. So yeah, it's Strange is gonna get so many viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so
There's
funny.
no idea why.
All these people chanting for Stefano in the chat. That's pretty amazing as well.
That is super funny indeed.
Yeah. Oh man, this is so tight right now. Like it's such a close race. We've never had it this close before.
Yeah.
Like every
Well,
challenge gets
well,
closer.
we've had it close before with TLO and
but no
and
with this many
Showtime.
players.
Yeah, but like this time it's actually a bunch of players.
Yeah. This is what we hope for as spectators, obviously, as people.
Yeah,
who
this
follow it.
is
This
look,
is a
like,
player's
I'm-
nightmare. Yeah.
yeah. Like I'm also emotionally invested because like Namshur is my boy.
I know, man. It's
That's
getting-
pretty important for him to actually get into the qualifiers because last time he won a trip to shipping, right?
Yeah,
It's
he
pretty
made
big for a player like him.
Yeah.
absolutely. Like he got
He's
a
gonna
little
get-
bit of he got a little bit of shit for it because I saw like a tweet like congrats to Namshur for like getting like his $80
His
bus
train
trip
ticket, yeah.
paid.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. Yeah.
But I mean, a
So-
win's a win, right? It's
And he gets placed into the third group stage.
Yeah, it's already
Which-
money.
That is the biggest deal. Yeah.
Did Strange just misplace that Nexus?
I didn't pay attention.
Not sure.
Let's see.
I would show the stream on stream, but I'm not sure if that's allowed. So I'm not
I
gonna-
wouldn't do that now.
I'm not gonna do that for now. But yeah.
We're gonna keep you updated on that game.
Yeah, people can watch the stream at his Twitch channel as well. But
It has been linked in chat before, yeah.
huh? Sorry.
His stream link has been linked in chat.
His stream
before.
has been linked in chat. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
By
Okay.
Freddy.
So people
Freddy.
maybe should put that on their second screen or maybe just put us on audio or something. But yeah, like definitely, I think for it's good for DreamHack as well, right? Because they spend less money and stuff. But for Namshar, I think the biggest deal. I think the very biggest deal for Namshar may be the group stage 3, but I think he has the confidence to get there anyway. But especially the getting fatigued from going to group stage 3.
Wait.
Yeah.
I think actually the most important is the WCS point at this point. Because like the
Does he
seeding
already
for
get them?
the... Yeah.
Yeah, you already get
They're
WCS
connected to
points for
the
qualifying.
Challenger, yeah.
Oh, okay, right.
Most seeding is done by WCS points nowadays, so if you have at least some, you already get like a way better seed in any future tournament.
Okay.
If you have like randomly 50 WCS points, that puts you ahead of in seeding than anyone that doesn't, right?
Yeah.
And there are
All of the people.
amazing players that do not have WCS points because like either they're not traveling to events or
Yeah,
got unlucky in like groups or something.
for sure. Yeah. WCS points are very important. I actually forgot about that. That's a good call. because that single point can make so much difference. Like if there were tournaments for a single WCS point, like everyone would sign up to that. It's insane
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
Okay, so quick update for the Strange versus Stefano game. Stefano is going for Baneling, Hydra style. Try to pressure Strange, but Strange was pretty secure on his 3 bases. He had to cancel his 4th base once, but that's not too big of a deal. He didn't lose anything, and now he's got a pretty hefty army of like Blink Stalker, Sentry, Colossus, which
and a lot of sentries actually.
Yeah, a lot of sentries.
Ooh.
So
14 sentries.
And
I think
Stefano chooses to counter it with Corruptors rather than Vipers. Yeah.
Guys,
And
how awesome would it be if we could spectate this in game right now? How amazing would that be? Blizzard.
Blizzard, are you watching?
Man.
The
Blizz.
Nico
Every
says,
other game has it.
you know what I wonder? If Stefano just looked at the ranking, saw he wasn't a red, and then didn't realize it was a tie.
That might be the case. That is also.
Maybe.
I can see Stefano being like that.
Yep. For sure.
Okay.
I think it's a pretty all-in push from Strange, by the way.
Yeah, but I think like there are almost no Corruptors left. There's infinite amount of force fields.
True.
Stefano going for his like trademark run-bys and like good army fights with like flanks and stuff, but this army, he lost a pretty big number of his Corruptors. I think like Strange, he can pull through this with this push now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the thing is, the Colossi are gone, and his army is way a lot weaker.
Yeah, but how are they gonna die? Oh, that blink! Holy shit! Why? Oh, that was a patience blink right there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So this push is pretty all in. He has a 4th base, but it's not saturated at all. And now, going for the engagement, the 360s run from the Banelings, but so many force fields coming down. The Colossus are gone. The Corruptor number is too high, and I think Stefano is overwhelming this now. Stefano is winning this game.
Oh,
actually, Thermal just lost to Denver, so I think that's lights out for him.
That's it for him. Yeah.
Very
Actually, no, did he? Oh yeah, he might have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Stefano won. Stefano won, and is now ahead of Hero Marine.
Wow.
So 12 minutes for Hero Marine. And the thing, if Hero Marine plays now, Namshar could be at risk.
Oh man, this is so close right now.
This qualifier, ay.
Yeah, man. It could go anywhere still. Although it could also just stay exactly where it is right now.
Oh,
Stefano gets plus 12?
None of us have.
Is that it? Stefano gets plus 12. That puts him tied with. No, 2 points under Harstem. So it gives him seed 7. Pushes Namshar down 1, and kicks Hero Marine out definitively.
Oh, Namshar just messaged me. He's getting sweaty hands. He's like, oh shit, maybe I should queue. I don't know if Hero Marine's playing, and I can't check if he's playing.
Oh man, this is so clutch right now. I don't.
There's no way of knowing if someone's playing if you don't have edit.
So it's a guessing game right now. But all we know is that it's 10 minutes left, right? 10 minutes left. Strange Hero Marine is the Saturn match. Is Liquid Thermi in the chat? Is that confirmed? Your Thermal?
Oh wait, are they playing?
Is that confirmed? Are they playing?
Gatekeeper. Yeah, I think so. Wow, Strange, man. He's like
Namshar is queuing now. Namshar is queuing now.
Okay, so Namshar is gonna get into a game, and Hero Marine is in a game with Strange, and he's definitely gonna make it try to make it short enough to fit the 12-hour mark.
Yeah, it is now 10 minutes left. I need an accurate clock. Let's take this one. This one is
Oh man.
Namshar found a game. There's 10 minutes left in this qualifier, and I think 3 people that are still in it are playing right now, right? No, two people. Namshar and Euthermal are playing right now.
Euthermal isn't anymore.
Oh, Euthermal isn't?
No, he just lost to Denver, so it's
Yeah.
He,
If Namshar doesn't win, he's out for sure. But Namshar just queued into a game and he found a game. So the possible outcomes are Namshar wins and he is guaranteed in the top 8.
Yeah.
Namshar loses and he's guaranteed out. Or the game takes longer than 10 minutes. And Namshar might be in.
Depending on the Hero Marine Strange game.
If Hero Marine doesn't play.
Yeah. But
Hero Marine is one basing.
Right?
He's one basing against Strange.
He's playing Strange.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And he's one basing Strange.
Oh my god.
Ooh, no protein effect.
So it was probably the right call by Namshar to queue.
Yeah. And even if he realizes he lost, he can probably drag out the game.
What if both of them lose now? Then it depends on like how many how many points they lose, because they're only like 2 points apart from each other. Holy shit.
And
Namshar versus Hero Marine.
Yeah, Namshar's opponent matters more than anything else at that point. Because right now we know that Strange is playing Hero Marine, right? I don't know the exact MMR that Strange has. 6.4k, right? So then Namshar's opponent would need to have more MMR than that for him to be safe, and that's unlikely, right? Because not a lot of people better than them are playing.
This is tense. So by the way, here is what we've been talking about earlier. Like, do people cheese when it gets closer? Hero Marine is one basing Strange.
Yeah.
It's 10 minutes to go, and Hero Marine's one basing Strange.
Okay, so Nicola says or Nane42, even if Hero Marine wins, he can only win 11 points. And Strange lost to Stefano. His MMR is lower, so he can only win 11 points. But that's gonna be enough, right? Unless Namshar, like 13-12 is real good. But like
I don't think Namshar is gonna
yeah,
like put it all on the cheese. He's got sweaty hands, and he said like, oh fuck me, I have to queue.
Thermal says he might be playing Snoot. That's the suspicion. He doesn't know for sure. And Neem is also playing what? Oh no.
Well, if he plays Neeb and both Namshar and Hero Marine lose, Namshar is still in because Neeb is high enough MMR to not lose too many points.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So
it's so close. It's like 2, 3, 4 points can make it here.
I don't think Stefano is queuing, right? He shouldn't. No, he shouldn't.
No. Stefano should stay well away from that ladder button right now.
Yeah, definitely. So Strange has held the Proxy Reaper from Hero Marine so far.
He's in a pretty good spot, I think.
Yeah.
So this game could also last longer than 7 minutes now.
It sure could.
Yeah, it could definitely. Well, you can extend it pretty much, right? So like,
there's a cloak benchy. There's a cloak benchy, but there's an observer.
Yeah.
There is an observer.
Oh boy.
So Strange in a really good spot here.
He doesn't have a lot of anti.
Stefano is on Strange's stream talking. Oh boy.
What? Really?
Should we shoot him a DM if he wants to come on?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Let's see if he has his DMs open. But yeah, oh my, this is getting so close now, dude. He does not.
Like, I am fucking sweating. I have nothing to do with this qualifier, and I'm sweating. Well, it's hot in here, so.
But yeah, even though Hero Marine's in a pretty bad spot, I think he can always like float his buildings and delay the match for after midnight. I don't think it's actually that big of a risk for him to be playing right now and losing.
Well,
I don't know. It depends, though. It depends. It like everything depends on something.
Yeah.
That's.
I'm gonna keep an eye on Namshar's game as well. He's in game for 4 minutes. We have no idea who's playing.
This the chat in Strange's Strange's chat is so much more hype than it normally is. He's probably like, what the hell is going on? Why is everyone so hyped?
Is he aware? Like, does he know?
I have to imagine so, but then again, he himself is no longer in the running, so
no.
Maybe not. Maybe he's not aware.
I think he is aware. I think he is. Because why would he be streaming on his barcode now?
Okay, so So Humorin is pushing out now, so he's like
Ooh.
doing some sort of 2-base push.
With thanks as well. Yeah.
So he does actually want to finish the game before 12
Yeah.
He wants to win
and get the win.
Yeah.
Sure. Look at Arsenal in the chat. Just relax, man. Run by with it. That 4 more minutes. This is it, Strange. This is just a race against the clock right now. Because Strange needs to hold on for 4 more minutes, or Hero Marine needs to finish it within 4 minutes, right? He's out. Hero Marine needs to win because if he like waits until past 12, he's no longer tied. So that's not a thing he can do, right? So he has to.
And if Strange is aware, like what stops him from just like sitting on one base and force fielding the ramp for hours?
Oh, it might be, I think Hero Marine might.
Oh, he's striking against it.
This game is so close right now.
Oh, wow.
But
go
okay,
Strange, go Strange. Sorry.
But okay, so
yeah,
if this
I think Strange got this.
Yeah, but if this gets cleaned up, he has 4 minutes. He has 3.5 minutes to leave the game.
To finish the game.
And he has a command center, guys.
Yeah, but like, what if Namshar's game also takes longer, or what if Namshar wins? Then he's out. So like, it was his best bet to try and finish this on 2 bases before 12.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So no way. I think.
Namshar's out of the game. Namshar's out of the game. Namshar's out of the game.
Oh boy.
He won.
That's it then.
He beat Snoot. Yes.
He beat Snoot actually. Yeah, that's gonna give him way more than enough more.
Yep.
Wow.
My boy.
So clutch. What was his build?
13-12.
Okay.
It's gonna be 13-12. I know it's gonna be 13-12.
The best.
At least one of them 13-12. There has to be. Right? Where am I wrong in this?
Maybe.
In before Russian internet disconnect, Rotterdam. Oh boy, that would be interesting.
Oh, dude. This is so close. Yeah. But I think there's no way Hero Marine is gonna win this or lose this within 3 minutes. So. I think it's pretty safe to say that we know the final ranking by now, unless of course something happens with Strange's internet.
Well, even if Marine wins, Namshar made it.
Yeah,
Namshar
won
and easily enough MMR to stay ahead.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh man. Look at Hero Marine playing his heart out. He doesn't know it though.
He's pulling all the boys. Yeah.
He might even win this game, you know.
Doesn't look like it.
No, and Strange could just not leave. Also, you know, he could just.
Yeah.
But
just wait until
it's 2 minutes. There's nothing. Like,
that's pretty funny. Strange is trying to rest the middle line of Hero Marine, but he pulled all the boys, so there's nothing there to kill.
This is so close. This is so clutch right now. 18 points for Namshar. There's no way he beats that.
No, this is over.
Namshar. Yeah. Oh, Namshar gets the 5th seed as well.
Oh wow, he actually jumped ahead.
And then, okay, when we start at this night,
we're actually managing to win this game, I think.
I know.
That's insane.
So he just won this game, but how many points did he get? How much MMR did we see that? Oh.
Look who just joined the call. Namshar, can you turn on your cam, please?
What's up, guys? No, I can't actually. No, it's not possible, unfortunately.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say like.
Oh man.
Wait, did Hero Marine just win?
Yeah.
He did.
Oh.
Yeah.
How much?
Yeah,
there's no way.
Hero Marine won in time.
No.
But
he got 11 MMR.
He's not gonna get enough points.
Yeah, okay, it's not enough.
It's one difference with Stefano. Are you kidding me? What MMR?
This qualifier is
wow.
That is perfect. 1 MMR.
Oh,
yeah.
Congratulations, Namshar.
Thanks, guys.
You made it.
Yeah, it's pretty stressful. I didn't stress out as much this time around, I think, because I would have felt pretty confident, I think, in the qualifiers as well. But obviously, it feels really nice to not have to go through that.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, it was really close again. These ladder balls are pretty intense.
Who gave you the most trouble over the days? Like, did you lose to anyone that gave you like a -50 or something?
I had a couple, but not today. I didn't. But yeah, like 2 days ago and maybe yesterday too. I don't know. Like you lose focus for one game and then it screws you up pretty hard. But
Yep.
Overall, reoccurring trend has been like, if your CVC is on point, then you're gonna have a good time overall.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Sierings, but
That's what I said to you earlier, right? May the
Yeah.
CVCs be ever in your favor.
there's been a lot of Protoss as well, but yeah, not that much Terran.
Yeah, there's actually no Terran in the top 8 making it.
Oh, right.
Hero Marine didn't make it by 1 point,
Yeah. That is
and
pretty
you actually got the 5th seat now
Yeah.
with your last win.
That's really
Yeah,
good.
that was pretty nice to see. Yeah.
So yeah, like
very, very
one-
close margins.
one win in the end, like putting you from the edge of rank 8 to rank 5 now.
It feels
Are
pretty
they-
similar to the Austin qualifier. It was also like 10 MMR differing like 6 or 5 people.
Are they still going to use the WCS points for seeding for the actual qualifier, or are you not sure?
For
For the next,
For the final
For the-
qualifier.
I think they do, right? Because
Yeah.
last time around it was like, all those guys like Nurchio and Snood and so on, like that have some WCS points. They had pretty high seeding, so I guess
Yeah.
they use WCS points.
but yeah, but those are also like high in the ladder qualifier.
Yeah,
Mhm.
sure, but I didn't.
I think the way it makes sense is I'm not sure if it happens that way, but it would make sense if you like seed the first 8 from the ladder qualifier, and then like seed the other 8 that make it through the actual qualifiers through the open cups by WCS points.
Yeah, I think that's what I thought at first, but I remember with the qualifier for Austin, I think I was 5th in the ladder qualifier, but I don't think my seed was 5 in the playoff final qualifier. So
Okay.
I'm not totally sure how to do it. I was kind of expecting that to happen, but I don't think that is what happened. But
Yeah.
I don't know for sure.
Yeah, so we didn't actually have a tie for the 8th place, but it's like 1 point away, and I would have liked to see the tie just to see what Blizzard's doing with it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're aware of the situation, but like Stefano and Hero Marine were tied in MMR on the 8th and 9th spot.
Yeah, I was
For-
refreshing a lot. I noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea either what would happen there, because I also saw like at first like they had the same MMR, but at first like Hero Marine was in the top 8, and then they like moved it, and then like Stefano was in the top 8, even though they had the same MMR. So
Yeah, that constantly kept changing. We have Jogmark joining the call. Maybe he can turn his cam on and not screw up the overlay this time.
Jörgmark is doing us a really big favor by adding in Petit Drogo to the call.
Oh, okay.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, nice. Hey, Mark.
Hey,
Jörgmark,
Uh,
obviously.
Congrats for your player making
Yeah.
it.
thanks.
Yeah.
You too, Mark. I'm sure. Great man.
All the marks. The only mark not here is your thermal, not making it.
Rip.
Aw, great.
Feels bad, man.
Feels
Yeah.
banjo.
Feels
Indeed.
bad. Oh.
There's a lot of tough players that didn't make it.
Yeah, like the EU qualifier, like the NA qualifier. Nothing against NA, and it's also like a 10th qualifier. But the level of competition in the EU qualifier, I'm gonna say it one more time. No one in the top 20 of the EU ladder would be a surprise to be in the top 8 that make it now. No one in there would be like, oh, that is. I'm surprised. Like, sort of Snood, Lambo, TLO made it. Like, no one would say that.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, you have
Hello.
Drogo in the call. Congrats, man.
Yeah. Thanks.
Drogo, you're not wearing a shirt.
Thought. And I was not streaming.
Looking good, man.
But you're on stream now.
Well, we gotta get this camera on now.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we might
I've-
get banned from Twitch then.
No, he's he's
He's been
banned.
streaming like this for a bit.
I didn't get banned yet, so
Okay.
it's all good.
We're good. Yeah, congrats on making it, man. That was tense. Those entire couple hours were really, really tense.
Yeah, it was.
So maybe now that we have players on the call, we can pick up the question that Nurture had earlier again, because like you're the subject of that question. He said like he doesn't understand why people on the edge of not making it are not laddering like crazy and like trusting in their own ability to just win games rather than just like seeing that they're in the top 8 and not playing anymore. Like, what are your opinions on that, Droga and Namshar?
I have the answer to that. You go to my match history, and what do you see? Mostly green. Should have been easy, right? You go to the -10 on Proxima Station. I lost versus Macabre in 6 minutes on 1 second to a Lingolin on 2 bases. It cost me 44 points. Have I not done that? I would have just done nothing.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much sums it up, right? Like even if you're confident in yourself, like when time is not on your side, like if you only have time to do a set amount of games, there's always the risk in variance, right? Even if you're confident in your ability to win games, there's still always the risk, obviously, to like lose, like I don't know, however big amount, but like which would screw you over, obviously, quite hard, or it could when you don't have that much time to do all the games. So if you're in a good spot, then it can be a good idea to just chill out, I think.
I think
So-
that in all the qualifiers, that was the preferred strategy, and I think everyone that was on the call and on the other qualifier calls as well approved of it and said it was the right way to go about it. And yeah, not everyone can stay at almost 7K and play 15 games and be fine, don't you?
Yeah, it feels bad, man.
Yeah. Yeah, us scrubs gotta stress out about it.
Yeah. But honestly, like, I still can't really believe I managed to make it, because I entered a state of ultimate tilts. Like, I lost twice to Namshar in pretty legit games, and then I'm playing Lambo. And I got, like, I've played 2 Nexus Thrusts in the past 20 games in PvZ, and he goes 12 pull on Sniped Me. So, like, I lose 3 games in a row, and I'm like, oh, fuck this face, dude. But then I managed somehow to win 7 games in a row.
Who was the last big name that you beat to make it?
Snoots.
Oh, Namshar as well.
Yeah, Snoot played an insane amount of game. Like, not only did he play, let me check, he played 66 games, plus, on top of that, he played the Ghost of StarCraft 2 finals.
Yeah. He actually, in the whole level challenger, he played 161 games in the past 3 days.
That's
Is
insane.
there anyone that played more? No, not even Bly is close. Bly played 116.
Yeah, that's like on a similar level as me on the last day of the Gen Shopping ladder
Yeah.
qualifier.
Yeah.
The one that you didn't make.
Yeah, it's around the same amount. Yeah,
Wow.
pretty nuts.
Okay.
Sucks for him.
Yeah. So, do you guys like it? Do you guys like the challenger in general? Is it a good thing? You guys want it to stay? Because it's stressful, right? But it's also it's a different form of competition. It's
One thing we should do is, like, when it's on 3 days, it's kind of dumb. But at the same time, you can't force the players to play 15 games a day every day. Because as pro gamer, of course, we're gonna do it. But sometimes, you have commitments, and you're just not here for 1 day. Sometimes it happens. So I feel like what we should do is maybe put it on a longer period of time. But you have like to play a certain number of games over this period of time, not after every day.
yeah.
If that makes sense.
But
Sure.
but wouldn't that take away from the tension if I don't know if like the requirements for I don't know if you make it a week and the requirement is I don't know 120 or whatever games like
That's true.
then like someone does that in like 3 days or something, like Cyril does that in 3 days and the Saban's gonna chill out and no one's gonna have to face Cyril in like the 10th phase of the qualifier, right?
But in both systems, you're always gonna have these 4 fucking horsemen of the apocalypse, like that are way above. There's always gonna be like 2 group of people that are just not bothered, and people that are like on the edge. I think it's gonna like stay true no matter what system you choose. So I'm not sure if it's like that big of an argument against such a system. But it's true that if everybody plays their game before like the 2 last days, it's kind of dumb. Maybe you could make something complicated, like a minimum of game, but then you have like a lot of games that you can play over a period of time, but you still need to play like X amounts per day. But that would be a bit complicated and convoluted, and StarCraft 2 players are really unable to understand simple direction usually. So you
And
need
like
to have
for-
a simple system.
For like neutral observers, it's it's already pretty complicated. I think I saw a tweet earlier today. I don't remember who it was by.
I think by TLO, right?
It might have been
Is it-
TLO, but
yeah.
like he asked like, do you know about Challenger and when it's happening and how it works?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that was
like
TLO.
made like a poll, and like most of the people were like, I have no idea how it
Yeah, I
works. I know it's going on, and I like that is definitely a point of critique. But like, how are you going to go about it unless you're ramping up the coverage and not like doing some random ass community stream with the half working overlay do it?
Yeah, I think like TLO was talking about that it will be not that hard to have, like, you play a game and then it automatically, or like you just do it voluntarily, you give replay to like a Dropbox, then there's like a caster just casting the games that are being played in the Challenger. It's
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I feel like we should at least try it out. It's kind of weird to cast games. People are like, "Oh, what is this? It's not a tournament. I don't understand." But I feel like it would be better than what we have right now, just doing nothing. At least we should try that, to like just set up something so that we can cast other games. I know fucking Fear Dragon wanted to do it. I'm sure a bunch of people would want to do it.
Yeah, we wanted to do the same thing, but it like our limitation was that it would be kind of bothersome for players, as like we're not Blizzard. Like if we ask players to like, hey, send me replay, they have all right to say like, dude, fuck off, I want to play now. And
Yeah, of course.
if that would happen from some sort of official side, I don't think anyone would say no to that.
Yeah. Like, I'm not sure. It's true that some players would be like, no, I don't want to give my replays, fuck off.
Yeah, for sure. But and they should, you know, be kind of protected on that. But look, if you think about it, how awesome would it have been to be able to cast that final game between Strange and Hero Marine? Like, just think about how hype that would have been. That final game, or Numshare, was it Snoot? Numshare Snoot. Like, that would have been so sick to cast that. But like, we can't do that. All we can do is sit back and hope someone streams. In this case, Strange did stream.
Yeah,
that,
Strange did a lot of work for us today.
Obviously, two competitors are never gonna stream, right? Because it detracts from their performance. So they're never going to do it. So we're gonna have to just watch the match histories from there on out. Yep.
And well, this kind of puts us back to, we don't have in-game observing feature for ladder. And if it's like this close and you have a cutoff, and then you can't just like cast the games after, right? Because it's already decided, and everyone who's interested can just look at the ladder who made it. And like this is where we, to properly do it, or to like for Blizzard to properly do it and cast matches, we would need in-game observing.
Well, anyway, I gotta go. So.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping
Thanks, you
by.
guys.
Thanks for stopping by. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
Obviously, would be sick with the. Oh, sorry.
No, go on. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say obviously would be sick with in-game and serving, but I still think a lot of players would be up for just like, I don't know, it's a pretty quick process to just like send someone a replay after a game or whatever, like, because a lot of people are not playing non-stop, but it's still a bit of a messy process, I guess, if players were to need to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have first-hand experience because I tried that last time in the NA qualifier, because we were actually thinking of doing like replay casts in between, and most of the players were like, yeah, sure, here, have some replays. But then there were like 2-3 guys that were like, dude, I'm so stressed out about this qualifier.
I know.
Yeah.
I want to focus now. I don't want to like bother with opening a tab in Chrome and uploading a replay. I don't want to bother with that. I want to play. I want to make this qualifier.
That's fair, right? I mean,
absolutely fair.
yeah.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna join. Drogo in, heading off though, because I haven't eaten in forever. So I
You
think I'm gonna
should
go
do. Yeah,
cook
sure.
some food now.
All right, man. Good night.
All right.
Yeah, good night, guys.
Congratulations.
Thanks,
Later, man.
man.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Yep.
That
Okay,
was-
now you finally managed to somewhat bring the camps.
Yeah,
Back
man,
up.
it's such a struggle.
know.
I'm giving up. Wait, I'm gonna get you into Vision one more time, Mark, and then that's it. Okay.
Arnovich hasn't been Envision
Yeah.
for the past 20 minutes. or
Yeah,
something.
I know. I tried to do it, but oh man, it's such a struggle.
It
It's-
is. It's fun,
I
indeed.
really wanted to get Hero Marine get one more point just to know what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah, that I wanted that as well, and maybe Blizzard answers my tweet. Who knows?
That'd be good,
Maybe.
but probably not.
Probably not. No.
Well,
Yeah.
they might. They've done it in the past, but yeah, it hasn't been the case. So, TLO actually just beat Neeb for 33 points.
Wow.
Yep. So I mean, I guess that's it in terms of the ladder qualifier. It has finished about 15 minutes ago, right? So, I guess it's settling in with the players right now. Screenshots are being uploaded to Twitter. I already saw Drogo tweet press F to pay respects to Hero Marine. Rip, poor Hero Marine, man. Oh, I feel so bad for him. He must like hate this so much. This is so annoying. But
Rip foreign Terrans by Wardy.
also that, yeah, he was the former Terran Hope. Like besides Thermal, Thermal dropped off a little bit before him. He had one game and 1 point, just 1 point, and he would be the Terran Hope for Europe. But no, they're gonna have to make it through the open qualifiers.
Yeah, which are actually they start tomorrow. Actually, yeah, tomorrow at 6:30, I think. That's when
6:30
the
p.m.
open qualifiers start. Yeah.
Yep, and then the day after that too, right? Monday.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah. So we have Monday and Tuesday. So yeah, the rankings are all kind of messed up right now because after midnight the rankings sort. But yeah. Anyway, the final list is Cyril, a Laser, Nerd Show, Showtime, Namshar, Petit Drogo, Harstum, and Stefano. That's 5 Zerg, 3 Protoss. That's not a very balanced setup. I don't think anyone can deny that, but you know.
Well, it's still Europe, and
It's still
no matter about game balance, you're always gonna have more Zergs in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And actually, the following 2 spots are both Terrans. So.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and Soul attempted for a while too. he takes spot 14. So yeah. All right, guys.
Yeah,
It's Tuesday and Wednesday.
so-
Okay.
So
yeah,
had a decent win rate in the other days, but his last day he had a negative win rate and got kicked out pretty much.
Yeah, it's that's the way it goes, man. See, that's the thing. Like, you can do well for 2 days, be up there, and then just have a bad streak on the 3rd day before you finish your games, and it's over. That's it. So yeah. Okay, right. So anyway, guys.
I think something funny to mention is the. Like if you look at how the days went for players, like it's so all over the place. Like some players, especially in the top 4, like they made it clear that they are up there. And like the first day, Cyril went 13-2, Elaser went 13-2 in the first day, but then there's like the people that struggle have like so much more diversity in the win rates and so many more games.
Yeah.
Over the games, over the days as well. Yeah, that was something that I wanted to point out before you call it.
All right. So before we leave, guys, any shout outs? I'll get the first one to Arnovich. Ooh, putting you on the
Shout
spot.
Oh shit! Yeah, man. Now I need to think. I guess a shout out for everyone helping that helps to make the show possible, and especially to the guy who made the site, the SC2 Stalk site, because like without that site, it would have been like infinitely harder to keep track of the chapter.
At Nicolas 42.
42. Yeah.
Okay. Fireman, any shout outs from your side?
Sure. Actually, let me think.
Come on, man. Remember your sponsors. Come on.
No,
That's harsh. That's harsh.
I'm gonna say shout out to the best non-alcoholic drink there is. It looks fucking awful, but this is orange juice with Coke Zero, and it's so refreshing. Shout out to
What?
this.
No,
That's not a thing.
don't even try.
It
this,
is.
man.
I made it a thing. It is beautiful.
Oh, okay. Well,
It
I
is
have
the
to try it
it
now,
is the
but
best
it's-
drink to drink in hot weather.
Really? Okay, I'm gonna try it
Yeah.
now.
It has to be like cold, obviously.
Is it orange juice? Like actual juice?
It is actual orange
And
juice.
Coke Zero.
50-50 Coke Zero.
Okay. Wow, that sounds so disgusting. I have to try it.
It actually looks disgusting. Let me show this again. This looks like
Looks
super
kind of like coffee, right?
disgusting.
Yeah, it looks like like coffee. Like
No. It like if you'd see it in real life, it has like a lighter color, and it makes it look like if you do the dishes like dish water,
man.
that's kind of what it looks like.
It looks healthy, which is not a good thing.
It
Alright.
really isn't healthy though.
Mark, I'll give you a shout out too because you brought the amazing Petite Drogo on.
I want to thank my mom, my dad. I don't know. I
Look,
want to thank
both
Drogo for his
mothers
amazing
and fathers.
performance.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank you guys for coming on. I want to thank everyone that did effort to get people on. Obviously, Arnovich especially this time because he was the last minute. I was like, Arno, please come on, dude. We need you. And he's like, oh,
Yeah.
we'll do it. We'll do it. Okay. So thank you. Thanks for everyone watching. It's a good success so far, especially this edition. We almost made 200 viewers, which is really good. Next week we're gonna have the same challenger qualifier, ladder qualifier, but for NA, and we're gonna hopefully get some more NA focused guests on there again, just like we had last time. Might get Fear Dragon back. We don't know. Keep up to date with the thread, and I'll update it once I do know. It's something to look at. I'll post it in the chat. Follow this channel and follow me on Twitter to see when it goes live, obviously. But you can also just put it in your calendar. I think it starts at 9. That's 9 p.m. Eastern. Is it 9 p.m.? Yeah, 9 p.m. Eastern or 10 p.m. Eastern. And that's is that 4? I want to say 4 p.m.
Fucking time zones.
Western America. Anyway, it's like 4 a.m. here. So if you're watching in Europe, it's 4 a.m. You're probably not gonna watch it. I'm gonna try to upload the VODs to YouTube, so you can watch it there as well. Obviously, shout out to Nicola for making the SC2 stock website, which is great. So, yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for everything. And we'll see you next week.
See you next week.